My name is Michael Marshall. I'm based in Melbourne, Australia. I'm a voice actor, have been so since 2018, and I'm the voice of Daniel, James, and Joseph on ElevenLabs. I'm loving every minute of it. The biggest one's Daniel, and I can't believe how much Daniel has taken off. I went into ElevenLabs yesterday, actually, and I wasn't logged in. And the voice that comes up now to test ElevenLabs, it's Daniel, and I can't believe it. Daniel was the voice that I wanted people to relax with. Not so much a news bulletin, but more an
weekly show where we explore the latest trends, breakthroughs, and the people shaping the future of technology.
That was what I wanted for Daniel. Someone who you could listen to and go, oh, that's smooth. I decided to make him a news presenter.
The Australian Prime Minister was locked in the cupboard at Parliament House for at least 3 hours, whilst the key was being found.
Joseph is one of those reporters who you would get the tension, the drama, as the politician drops his pencil and the government grinds to a winding, screeching halt. I listened to a podcast called Living Blindly, and what it was basically saying was, you can put text into this and it would come back with a human-sounding voice, not like a screen reader, which can be very robotic. So I was very, very intrigued, and I was astounded by the way it was reading this back. And I worked out sort of on my own that if there are humans doing these voices, maybe they need more humans. So after a couple of months, I decided to write to them and say, listen, I'm an Australian, I'm a voice actor. I sent them a couple of demos and they said, this is good. They said, we'd like you to make some voices, and that's how I started. To be perfectly honest, probably, honestly, a little bit of income, getting a good remuneration, which is very hard in this industry. Being disabled is a very expensive, it's an expensive undertaking. I wouldn't recommend it. A screen reader on Windows can be $3,000 Australian. Get a company like ElevenLabs, sort of go, hey, we value the content and time you put in, was very refreshing. For me, who is disabled, I'm certainly not saying it's a poor me thing. There is a certain amount of planning that you need to work out and how you're going to get there. In terms of AI, you don't need to be going around to a studio for every job. This is something I can be a part of. There is a bit of angst, especially with unauthorized use of voices and that kind of thing. And I understand that, but things like voice cloning is so good for understanding, like translating from one language to another, doing all that sort of thing before you just dismiss it. At least have a look at it, and they pay you well, they're nice, they put up with me for one thing, they put up with my inane questions. So before you dismiss AI in general, just have a deeper look, because you never know. Like me, you might find that little niche that you've been looking for that I didn't quite have until I collided with ElevenLabs. You've really got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Just have a go. Before ElevenLabs, I had days where I sort of thought, geez, I haven't got much on. And then, there were days I was quite depressed. And I sort of thought, what am I going to do? And then I heard about ElevenLabs. And so it has changed my outlook. And I think now, because I'm doing something, I'm recording something, I feel useful. I feel like I'm doing something to help people. If people can use the voices for whatever they want to use them for, I'm doing so. I feel valued. I can say that ElevenLabs has been a seismic shift in the way I think in terms of everything in my life. Absolutely.